Shalom, shalom. All praises through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praises through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So I just wanted to go over some stuff that I thought was real interesting. Something that I thought was interesting. I was going through some things in the language, and I remembered something. So I remember a while ago when I was in Chicago, I went to the lake. I remember I went to the lake and how the water at the shores was smacking up on the rocks in the sea. I was like, man, you know what's crazy? The water actually looked like a mouth. I said, if the water was a body and it had an opening, I said, that's crazy because the water would be the actual mouth of the whole, of like the earth and what's in the earth, which is crazy, right? So I get into the Hebrew. And I want to show y'all that too. I'm going to just get this little video clip of just some water smacking the shore so y'all can see what I'm going to get into real quick. So I was like, dang, I think the water is the mouth. It's crazy because Hebrew is dealt with in pictographs. So it's crazy though, just like how everything lines up. So I come to find out, shalom, Shabbat shalom. So I find out that the word mouth goes into water. Right, so the word mouth in Hebrew is pa, right? Paha. So it's it's literally dealing with the waters, right? So, anyways, let me show y'all this. It ain't nothing, just a little video of the shores, but visually, so y'all can see what I'm saying, right? So you see the lines of the water, right? This is the mouth. This is all the mouth. This is the lips. Look, it's crazy because I'm about to show y'all in the Hebrew. That's exactly what this is. So when you deal with the word shore goes, when you deal with the word shore, it goes into the body of water, right? And it's dealing with lip. That's what the water mean when it's smacking up against the shores, right? It's dealing with lip. It's dealing with mouth. Now, what's interesting about that, I'm about to show you what's very interesting about that, right? And this is the remit. See, the water that's smacking up on the sea is only the remit of the sea. So like it's only the remit of the sand. Israel's likened to be that. I'm about to show y'all that though in a second. So right, this is the lips. The water is the lips. This is all the lips, right? And this is also mouth, right? So the Bible says that that's the mouth. So look, so it's crazy, right? So when you deal with the word mouth, pause that. You deal with the word mouth, you're dealing with pa. Now shore, when you deal with the word shore in Hebrew, is shapah, right? So literally what's making up mouth, so you got the word mouth, which is pa, and then you got shapah, which goes into shore, that's all dealing with the same continuity, dealing with mouth, right? So shore is going into lips, language, speech, shore, right? Which is quite interesting. So let me pull this up real quick, which is so crazy because, mind you, we supposed to be the mouthpiece of the Lord, and we supposed to keep His charges, right? But life and death is found in the power of the lips. So let's go get Genesis 32:12. Look at what this says here. This is crazy. That's why I like going through the language. So Genesis 32:12. Look at what Genesis 32:12 says. Look at what it says. Hold on. Look at 12. And thou, Salakia, and thou saidest, I will surely do thee good and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. So the sand of the sea, right? Let's look just to visually get it in. The sand of the sea would be exactly the sand of the sea. So the sand of the sea would actually be the remit. This is the same remit that was projected to be saved and have the charges of the Most High God, which would be the sands of the sea. Let me get that. Let me just get another witness to that, right? Real quick so I can show y'all, which is crazy. Out of Isaiah 42. 42. Right? So 42 and where is that? 42 and like through 25. Where is that? Where is that Israel be as the sand of the sea? I need that real quick. I know there's some 42 somewhere. So that's what's so crazy about all of that. We liken to be as the sand of the sea. And the Most High shows that and substantiate that in the language itself. Remember, mouth is pa, and shapa is shore, and shore literally means lip. So the lips of the sea, which is the sand of the sea, is what's only being touched by the mouth, right? This is the same mouth that the Most High spoke through, right? That his charges came through, right? So hold on, let me find this, man. Where is this? What is this? I'm Isaiah 42, right? Yeah, Khan. Let me find this real quick. So I'm be ashamed. Find this. Get that 42. I'll write it down right. If not, I'll get it. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting how the elect is said to be a remnant. And when you deal with the remnant in the sand of the seashores, so you have the sand, then you have the seashore that's smacking the sand. That's only a remnant of the sand that's being hit by the seashore. That's the same connotation and hermeneutics that Israel is being likened unto. It's by the sand of the sea, right? We literally, and that can't be measured in number. Can't nobody go and measure the number, a number that sea, that sand right there by the sea, right? So hold on. Let me get that real quick. I thought I had that in Isaiah. Guess not. Yeah, I should have just went to Hosea, right? But anyways, Hosea 1 and 10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered." Right? So the Israelites, or just the chosen period, being likened unto the sand of the sea, which is super crazy because that's just a remnant. So just nature just shows you that the Israelites would be a remnant out of all generations dealing with the sands of the sea, because the sand at the sea, right, dealing with that shore, dealing with that mouth or that calling, right, for us to be called, because it says those that are called is the elect. So even the ones that's called is dealing with that mouth is calling the sand of the sea, right? So again, shore means mouth. That's shapah, right? So shapah means mouth. The mouth is calling the sands of the sea. We see that literally, and we see this in nature. So nature is qualifying and showing us and proving that the elect will only be a remnant, right? The sand of the sea, right? That's what. So you got mouth, which means shore. That's shapah. You got Salakia. You got the word mouth, which is pa. Right? The word mouth is pa. Then you got shore, which is shupah, right? And then you got the sand of the sea. So all of this is going down to how the Most High is calling, right? So you got the mouth of the sea that's hitting the shores or the banks, right? The shores of the banks. You have sand there. The sand that's only being hit by the water is the mouth. And that mouth is only hitting the remnant of the sands there. That's why it says Israel would be called and we would be a remnant, right? And we'll be of the sand of the sea. Well, we're being called in nature by that water that's smacking the sea, that the shorelines, and the shore, and through that shorelines, that border, only thing that's being hit is that sand right there. And that's not all the sand. Whenever you go to a beach, the water isn't hitting all the sand. It's only hitting a remnant of the sand. And that's exactly how the Most High God is calling his elect. The word, so when you deal with shore, it means lip. It means language. The word, how you call, to speak or language, you deal with the word dabar. To call or summon, you dealing with amra, right? Qua amra, right? That's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with to summon or something of that nature. Or you would read off something, but dabara would be going into the language on speaking and having a conversation. Dabara. So that word mouth again. So again, when you deal with the word mouth, that's pa. When you deal with the word shore, that's shapa. So you got the word shapa, right? Which is shore, which is the Israelites, right? We are the sand of the sea, and that's only a remnant. So when you think of a shoreline, you think of the sand, and then you think of the shore. You think of the water that's only smacking the sand. Again, that's only a remnant of that. That's not all of the sand. It's only a remnant. The word shore also means lips. So the sand of the sea is being called. That's all. That's literally what that shows and substantiate right there. How to remnant. How we basically show in nature to be a remnant. How the Most High is perpetually just smacking and perpetually just calling the remnant. Right? The sand of the sea. I thought that was beautiful. I thought that was real cool. Let me get this, read this. I'm going to read this again. Hosea 1:10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered." Right? So the sand of the sea, again, is the remnant. The sand of the sea is at the shore. Shapa. Right, which shapa is shore. If anybody can look that up, it's shapa, and it literally means lip or speech. Right. So who are the ones that's called? So we can see even in nature, the ones that's called would only be the elect, and it would only be the remnant, which is dope. I think that's dope. You know what I mean? I think that's real cool how the Most High shows that even in Ecclesiastics, right? 1 and 2, it says, "Who can number the sand of the sea and the drops of rain in the day of eternity?" You know, the sands of the sea, which is going into the elect. Sands of the sea, again, is going into the elect. Genesis 22:17. And it says, "That in blessing I will bless thee, and multiply and I will multiply the seed as the stars of heaven," which is that word for stars is also dealing with brethren, right? And it says, "As the sea which Shalakia, and as sand which is upon the seashore." Right? You have sand. Is all sand upon the seashore? No. It's only talking about the sand that's by the seashore. The sand that's by the seashore is where you see the rim or border of the waters, right? And that's the mouth. The Bible is crazy because I naturally seen this. I was in Chicago one day. I was like, "Damn, man, it's crazy. If the water was the body, what would be the mouth of the water?" I was like, it would clearly be the seashore. The mouth of the water would be the sea. I came up with that conclusion years ago. Then when I go into the Hebrew, I'm seeing the exact same thing. That's literally mind-boggling to me. Like, that's wow. But anyways, so shore literally means lip. So the lips of God is calling the elect, because the elect is likened to what? The sands of the sea. It says, "And as the sand which is upon the seashore, in your seed," right, "shall possess the gates of his enemies," right? So literally, we're likened again to be the sand of the sea, right? We're likened to be the sand of the sea. The seashore means lip or speech, and that's calling the sand of the sea. And the sand of the sea is only a remnant of the sand at the sea, right? You have sand, then you have the seashore, and you have the sand there, right? Which is the border thereof, right? And that's literally the remit. So I just wanted to show that. I thought that was cool as hell. How the Most High did that. That's dope. That's dope. And those are the type of benefits you have and you can deal with when you just deal with the Hebrew just plainly. So those are the kind of some stuff I'm gonna get into when I get into these lessons this week. Just as I progress. So those that want to get into the lessons, I'm doing a more up close and personal type of teaching type of thing where I'm getting on calls, private calls or group calls, be sending out links or whatever so we can just move this thing faster. But yeah, that's dope as heck. I thought that was cool. All praise to the Most High for that. Revealing, I forgot to bring that out a while ago, but yeah, I thought that was mad cool. Let me see if I got any more scripture. I'm sure I do. On the sands of the sea. Let me see real quick what else I got on that. I thought that was lit. Let me see. Man, that's crazy. Good morning, Shabbat Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. I was just going over how the word mouth is pa, and the word shore is shapa, which you just put the sha at the front of pa. You got shapa. So what's interesting about that is the word mouth. You got the word mouth, right? Then you got the word shore, which is shapa, that literally means lip or speech. So what's cool about the word mouth is when you add the sha to the word mouth, you got shapa, which means shore, right? It means shore, like seashore. But what's cool about how that means seashore is that it now means also lip or language or border, right? Like your lips. Now what's cool about that is the Father says we would be as the sand of the seashore. The sand of the seashore is only dealing with a remnant. So you have the Most High, which is using his lips, using the lip of the water to call the remnant, and the remnant is the sand of the seashore. What's so cool about that is you have a lot of sand, right? It's a lot of sand. But what makes the sand the remnant is by it being at the seashore. How can we qualify the sand at the seashore to be a remnant of the sand? Why? Because the water itself is only hitting the remnant of the sand. It's not hitting all the sand. It's hitting a small portion of the sand, which is why it's the remnant. Which is why it's dealing with it being the lips at the seashore, because the lips at the seashore is only hitting the border of the sand. And that's not all of it. So the same way, not all of Israel is being saved, or not everybody in the world is being redeemed, it's the same way likened unto the sands of the sea. It's only a remnant of the sand grains that's being hit by the mouth of the water. And the mouth of the water is calling. See, the mouth is dealing with, the word shore is dealing with lips and speech. So the lips is literally calling the remnant of the sand. It's only calling that. It's only been calling that. It's never been an all-inclusive thing to where it's called everybody. It just perpetually calls the remnant. And I thought that was cool on how the Hebrew breaks down the election and what that is and what that means. Just plainly in the Hebrew, man. That is crazy. And that's mad interesting. But that's all I want to put out and show shortly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Shalom.